All right, my name is Mike. I'm an addict. And, they gave me this topic, large dreams, awakening. Large dreams and new possibilities arise. But what they didn't tell me, you understand what I'm saying, that like I would have to, this is like, first of all, let me say this. I love Narcotics Anonymous. I love what it has done, what you guys help in the program of Narcotics Anonymous. I love what it's given me back. You understand what I'm saying? And I love this program because, the new possibilities, that's endless. That's endless in respect to where I'm at in my life today and what I can do, where I can go, and how I can have it. But the flip side of that is, they just say, I don't know, like I've been hearing a lot of good shit up here today. A lot of good shit. You understand what I'm saying? But I haven't heard anybody talk about what do we do with the wreckage of the past? How do you heal a motherfucker that's broke from some of the shit you done? How do you fix, you understand what I'm saying, the individual, now check this out. We talk about love up in this joint. How do you fix the motherfuckers that you love that you damaged? I can come into the program of Narcotics Anonymous and I can talk about anything, and I can get some help with any area of my life that I'm fucked up in. I could come to Narcotics Anonymous and I could talk about some shit, you understand what I'm saying, that might be embarrassing to another motherfucker and get some help with it in Narcotics Anonymous. But I very seldom hear, and check this out, let me say this here, man. I came around the program of Narcotics Anonymous. I was 27 years old in 1983. And I stayed here for 15 years. You understand what I'm saying? I did hear somebody say something about going back down on the set, you understand what I'm saying, and wanting to show off that glow. And like Dita said, man, hey, Jerry, I thought that time would save a guy. I thought that time wouldn't allow me to go through some of the shit that I had went through to get here. I thought the time would would keep me from being a product. Fuck keep coming back. I didn't know the time would allow me to be a product of doing it again. I had gotten some shit back. I had gotten some things back, but some of the same people that helped me get some of the shit back, we don't talk about in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. I don't hear too much about, what do we do to put together a broken family? They don't talk about, us being clean will fix the shit that we broke. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm getting ready to go a little bit, because, like Dita said, like somebody said something about glasses and can't see, I'm 70 now. I'm 70. Y'all might think this is a joke, but look, guess how I have to read? You know them big motherfucking magnifying glasses they give you? And it makes reading sometimes a little difficult. I got to hold this motherfucker, and I'm reading. But then it said, check this out. If you look in the Just for the Day book, go back to June 9th, and you'll find, you understand what I'm saying, this particular topic, June 9th in the Just for the Day. Lost dreams, and new possibilities. And then check this out. If you fuck with your basic text, you'll find it also on page 88. That's right. You understand what I'm saying? Now, where I'm going with this is, this here, man, I got a phone call this morning. This may or may not be identifiable to some. Some may not be able to identify with this shit. And I got one of them friendly phone calls, Rich, and it was from my ex-wife. And when she started the conversation, it was real nice. I was Michael. It was Michael. How are you? Michael, how you been? And it was a real pleasure to talk about how I was doing based on the changes that a motherfucker's made in his life based on what y'all have freely given me. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and we was talking, but she had called me to talk about, I got 3 kids. Let me talk about them too. My daughter is 50. The oldest one is 50. My youngest daughter is 45. And my son, he's 37. That motherfucker. Love him to death. But he's, like Digger said, man, my son flirts with arrogance, cockiness, can't tell him nothing. I got this. Come on, Dad. Not right now. Don't give me that shit, Dad. You understand what I'm saying? He don't want to hear none of this shit we talk about up in here. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you why he don't want to hear none of this shit. And I'm going to tell you why my wife is not a big fan of Narcotics Anonymous. Narcotics Anonymous ain't did shit to her. It's the shit that I did under the umbrella of Narcotics Anonymous. You know, it's the shit that I did, you understand what I'm saying, while married. You know, it's the shit that I did, you understand what I'm saying, by using Narcotics Anonymous to keep from going the fuck home when it was time to go. You know, see, now I think this year, see, I'm 27 when I come up in this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? I was having shit my way. You couldn't have told me nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 27, you know what I mean? You couldn't have told me I wasn't the motherfucking shit. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and I took that motherfucking shit, think this shit, man, let me tell you something. I came in this motherfucker, man. This is the men's conference, right? Ain't no women up in this motherfucker, right? I came in here, man, did this shit feeling some kind of motherfucking way. I'm 27, big hard as kryptonite brick. You understand what I'm saying? I'm strong as red double I with 3 X's on it. You understand what I'm saying? And like them old motherfuckers I ran with, them old broken down ass broads. And I'm not saying that being facetious. I'm not saying that, you understand what I'm saying, like putting them down, but I wish the fuck I had stayed put. I wish that I had sat down. You know, and I'm getting ready to get to that part about why my wife is not a fan of Narcotics Anonymous. Now remember when the conversation this morning, I was Michael when it started. Before we got off that motherfucking phone, I was Mike. Mike is a motherfucker that created some motherfucking problems. You understand what I'm saying? Not purposely, but did this here. Check this out, man. When I relapsed after 15 years, man, here's the thing was, I couldn't quit using. I did some real fucked up shit, man. You understand what I'm saying? And like, I had no intentions on doing some of the shit that I did. Fuck the intentions. What I found about the disease of addiction, don't give a fuck about your intentions. They could be good as a motherfucker. You know, your promises don't mean nothing to the disease of addiction. You know what I mean? What you said you was gonna do, you understand what I'm saying? It will turn your good intentions and your truth at that time into a motherfucking lie. If you use that thing. Man, did this shit, man, like, man, shut up, man, please. Man, dig this shit, man. I seen my man Nick and his 2 children up at Walmart. And I guess that's little Nick, his son, was giving him the blues about that motherfucking Captain Crunch Cheerio. And Nick was saying, you ain't getting nothing. You know how Nick voice is, you ain't getting nothing. Come on. His son fell back in the cereal any motherfucking way, like, nigga, you gonna buy me some of this shit. But it was just, for me, that was like, for real, man, like a pleasure. For me, that was a blessing. You understand what I'm saying? Because then this shit, like, I can remember my kids being like young. You understand what I'm saying? And life was beautiful, man. Life was good as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? that I had all three of my kids, man, and like did this shit, man, like I would promise some shit and I was able to keep it. I would say I was going somewhere and I was able to go. I was saying I was gonna be there and I was able to be there. Then one day, because I couldn't quit using, this shit kicked in. You understand what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm here because y'all gave me an out. Y'all gave me something, man. You understand what I'm saying? That I was hoping. I was praying. And I was hoping that I could pass on to my motherfucking family. But when you have taken Narcotics Anonymous, when you have taken Narcotics Anonymous, man, and made Narcotics Anonymous ugly to your family, your children remember some of the broken promises. See, we talk about lost dreams, awakening, and new possibilities arise. But dig this here, though. Check this out, Rich. We very seldom talk about dead motherfucking dreams that's lost as a result of fucking with a motherfucker who used narcotics. We never talk about, you understand what I'm saying, their dreams being lost. So when she went to Mike on my ass on the phone today, you know what she went back to? She went back to that place where, you know, Mike was the reason that we lost our motherfucking house. Mike was the reason that she had to pack up and get the fuck away from me. From me. And I would tell myself with that motherfucking disease thinking that I had, where the fuck is she going? And what's she gonna do? That's just the fuck it. When she left, I didn't know where the fuck she was. Now I did this here, now I got that to deal with. The loss, not just physically of my motherfucking wife, but the whereabouts of my wife. And she took my motherfucking kids with her. She even took that little dog. I used to hate that motherfucker. She even took him. And I'm sitting down in the motherfucking basement. See, because by this time, let me cut through the bullshit and get to the exact nature. If you don't know what it feels like, and hopefully you never have to experience this shit. Hopefully you don't never have to experience this shit. If you don't know what it feels like to come home, leave, Daryl, and the whole family and the whole house of shit is in place. But one of the runs you go on 2 or 3 motherfucking days, you come back and you ain't nothing in the motherfucking house. Rich, ain't nothing in the house, man. If you ain't never called out and you said, Vaughn, Maya, Tish, and no motherfucking answer because the house is empty. Then you call somebody up. You understand what I'm saying? Now you want to use the motherfucking phone. Now you want to use the phone. You want to call somebody because your ass is feeling it. You feeling the fact that ain't no family. There is no sound of pitty-patter feet running upstairs. You don't get the opportunity no more to say, sit your motherfucking ass down up there. You don't get that, man. You know, and I'm in this empty house, man. Daryl know this. Like, we built the house, Big Nick, from the ground, man. Beautiful fucking home. You know, we had one of them houses that I don't know why the fuck Channel 11 would always come by and want to put my house Christmas time on TV. We had the Negro Santa Claus on the roof. We had the motherfucking sleigh. You know, with Rudolph leading the motherfucking way. We had the lights hung up and shit. You dig? Everything was beautiful, man. You understand what I'm saying, Hank? It was all beautiful, man. You understand what I'm saying? That, check this out, man. You saying to yourself, probably saying to yourself, well, why in the fuck would you fuck up, Mike? Dig this here. I found something out, Paul. I found something out. I found something out the hard way. Shit that I have been blessed with. We talk about God's grace and mercy around this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? The things that I have been blessed with, I took for granted. You know, the things that I had, you understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't allow it to sustain me. You probably saying, what's wrong with this motherfucker? I'm telling the truth and saying, this is my motherfucking story. You understand what I'm saying? This is what happened with me. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and it's like, you know, hey man, did this shit, man. If you can picture this shit, my wife was this motherfucking big. This big, but I loved her dearly. You know, we have been together, man, since I've been out of school, high school, 50 years. We went to the motherfucking high school prom together. That's when they were still doing the motherfucking bump. And did this shit, man. She was, hey Hank, she was, did this shit. She like, we talk about being somebody's hero. This was my motherfucking hero. This woman was my hero. This woman wore my last motherfucking name. This woman gave me 3 motherfucking kids that I loved. Check this out. See, when we talk about lost dreams, new possibilities arise, you understand what I'm saying? I had no idea that I was interfering with, at that time, their possibilities. I had no idea that their dreams would be shattered like a motherfucker because they father this motherfucking shit. You know, I had no idea. And see, we come up in here and we recover like a motherfucker from anything. Anything. We recover from anything, man. But we very seldom talk about the shit that we done, the damage that we done, the people that we hurt, and them recovering from that shit. I was incapable, bruh. I was incapable, like Humpty motherfucking Dumpty, I was incapable of putting my family back together. So I left my family no choice. No choice. Hey, Miss Ed, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that shit, man. I didn't mean for that shit to happen. But the reality of it is, it happened. And we talk about disease of addiction around this motherfucker. And disease of addiction, check this out. With an empty motherfucking house, no sound of pitty-patter feet running upstairs, no wife, the motherfucking dog was even gone, no furniture in the motherfucking house. And, you know, like I did this here. So help me God. I would just call their motherfucking names out because I was used to that. And I was used to a motherfucking in the next room, Bob, answering my cry. Hey, Vaughn. What, Mike? What? Tish, Maya. Yes, Dad. If you think it, Lord, what Bobby Womack say? What Bobby Womack say? If you think you're lonely tonight, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. I got 5 minutes. Damn, my shit went by fast. It went by fast as a motherfucker. But anyway. And that's the truth, Hank. You know, like David said, man, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. You know, if you ain't been there, I wouldn't wish this on my worst motherfucking enemy, Mark. I swear to God, I wouldn't. I wouldn't wish this on no motherfucker in this room. To go home, had a family when you left this morning, but because you couldn't get it together and you wanted to do devious shit up in Narcotics Anonymous, you wanted to run around with these bras up in here, you understand what I'm saying? Go home, go back home, you understand what I'm saying? And she gone. the kids is gone. You don't have nothing. So dig this here, man. You know, like talking to my wife this morning, because dig this here, I had one family. I've been married one time. I was 17 years old. My wife was 17 years old. And we knew. Somebody asked me, my son asked me, my son said to me, he said, hey, Dad. He said, Dad, why you still by yourself, Dad? I said, look here, Mike, you know, it's a long story. He said, well, you know, we ain't got nothing but time. I ain't got to go to work today. And I didn't want to tell him, man, dig this here, man, like today, there's a few things that I'm grateful, extremely grateful for. One of them is peace of mind. One of them is serenity. Y'all might think this is funny, but dig this here, I talks to the motherfucking couch. It don't talk back. It don't ask me for shit. I ain't got to pay it. I ain't got to deal with the multiple personalities that the couch may bring. You understand what I'm saying? I done had some of the motherfucking NA motherfuckers up in there. I done had some NA women up in there. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Everybody ain't fucked up. But I'm broken and I'm damaged. Two broken motherfuckers damaged together. You may be good. You may be good. But put you two motherfuckers in the same motherfucking house. And you dating Diane, but Barbara showed the fuck up. Barbara all of a sudden want to do some shit not conducive to your motherfucking recovery. Well, you know what? I don't feel like doing this today either. That's fucking. At 70, that's, to me, this is some of Marcus shit, because he don't get no pussy. This is some of his shit. This is his shit. It's overrated anyway. Hey man, take this in. I'm 7 motherfucking years old. But every now and then, I want to put this shit in something. And I call out to a motherfucker in the next room, Hank. They don't answer, because ain't no motherfucker there. And there's just some things, man, that I've decided I wasn't going to give up if I wanted to stay here. See, because they just here, the disease of addiction and the nicks and the crannies where it hide at, you understand what I'm saying? We'll take a motherfucker up out of here, you understand what I'm saying? Pussy chasing. Because what if she decide that she want to go down on the set? She didn't put that thing on the motherfucker. I'm hit like a ton of motherfucking bricks. So I'm going down on center and bring this bitch back home. But you can't make a motherfucker be or do what they want, do what they don't want to do. Thanks to the men and women program in Narcotics Anonymous, I learned that. You understand? But listen, everybody clock going on, y'all need to cut that shit out. But anyway, man, look, he said my time is up, and I want to tell y'all, first of all, I want to thank the committee. Thank you, Nick. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't know when, Nick, check this out. This is the part that seeing you with your kids in Walmart did for me. Remembering when. It was such a blessing. It was such a blessing, man, to have your kids and be in their life and be part of them. And be able to tell your kid, little Nick was giving him the blues. Now, I want me some Captain Crunch. I said, man, go ahead and get that man a Captain Crunch, man. You understand what I'm saying? But listen, though, I'm out of time. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to share. Thanks for letting me share.